What is really happening during a Kundalini awakening? This information is going to be useful for people that are going through the awakening process, and it will also be useful for those who are seeking to have a Kundalini awakening. Now, firstly, I need to say that Kundalini awakening is simply an awakening to a process. It is the start of a process. It is not the end destination. During our healing journey, our end destination is to have a Kundalini awakening. Kundalini awakening doesn't mean we are completely healed. It is also an ongoing process that we are busy with in our lives, an ongoing process of healing always. But when we strike upon this inner aliveness, the Kundalini awakening, we are starting to deal with the awakening process. We are starting to deal with what does it feel like to become a healed person as opposed to a person that is healing. And how do we navigate that space? Right. So I'm going to compare the Kundalini awakening to a sense that we open up. We navigate this world through our 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and sensation. And through these 5 senses, we build a picture of what the world is, and this is how we understand the world. This is everything that we can perceive, and that builds up our world. But when we have a Kundalini awakening, there is another sense that opens us to a new level of perception or awareness or consciousness, which is new. Now, let's first look at how do we open this sense of awareness, this 6th sense, which is then the Kundalini energy. How do we open that? Okay, so now imagine you want to perceive sight. If you close your eyes, you cannot see. You cannot see color, you cannot see shape. But the physical process that you have to do in your body in order to perceive sight, light, color, shape is you have to open your physical eyelid, and then you can see color and shape and size. Okay. And light. And in order to hear sound, if our ears are blocked, we can't perceive sound or pick up the sound waves. But when we open our ears, we are able to perceive sound waves. Here we can say as well that everything that we perceive in waves, in vibration. So sight, you open the physical eyelid, you perceive the vibration of light. Hearing, we open the physical ear and we can perceive the vibration of sound. The same goes for smell and taste. And then with feeling, I want to make the vibration a lot simpler, the vibration that we perceive. So if we had to, and I mean touch here, is a perception of the outside, what is outside the body. If I touch this cushion, I can feel a vibration that is fairly smooth with a little bit of rough vibration on it. Or if I touch something more smooth, it's a different kind of vibration. It's a perception that I have of what something feels like. It can also feel cool. The outside air is cool, or it is warm. These are vibrational awarenesses that we are able to perceive with our bodies. Now, there is another vibrational awareness that we are able to access through our bodies. And I don't know what we call it. I call it the 4th dimension. It's a shift in perspective. and the part of the body that we open up physically to perceive this vibration, this other awareness, is the inner body, the inner feeling body. People that have had a Kundalini awakening will know that when they put the awareness inwards, really, really deep into the sensing, feeling body, they start perceiving like an inner aliveness, which I will now call a vibration, inside themselves, inside the body. And what we often perceive when we perceive this vibration, this sense, is we perceive like inner lights, like golden lights. Some people perceive colors, but inner lights. And I like to call these lights, not lights like we would see with our eyes, but it is like lights of awareness, lighting up inside the body and aligning up inside the body. Often we feel these lights also aligning outside the body, creating a stream of awareness, consciousness that flows through the body. Okay. Now I need to say something more about what we are perceiving or what we are experiencing during a Kundalini awakening. Now people tap into this inner sense through their inner bodies in different grades, in different levels of intensity. Some people have a massive blast just going through them. It is such magnificence that it can overwhelm the nervous system, because it's all new and it's extremely magnificent. Some people have a slow trickling in. At first, we might feel this inner awareness, this inner vibration, this inner bliss feeling really good. We might only feel it as, oh, it feels really good. It feels really good. So we'll tap into that in moments, maybe during our meditation or lovemaking or dancing, or sometimes when we're in nature. As soon as we turn that awareness inwards, whoops, this sensation of bliss and alignment and inner vibration awareness starts flowing through the body. Now we can do this every now and again, and it feels super amazing and aligned to the divine all-knowing, and immediately one comes into a knowing, a kind of knowing that we are one, that we are vibrational beings. Now, Kundalini awakening is new for all of us. You only have one Kundalini awakening in your life. Now we get there, we start feeling this bliss, and we're like, oh my word, what now? The sense is starting to open. And like I said, we can open it sometimes where this tap just opens. It's like a tap that opens. It's like that the body opens that eye, that eyelid, that awareness. It suddenly opens into this perceiving. And we can have these moments during meditation. But the ultimate goal is to have that gate, that perception portal, to have it open on a constant. On a constant. You will notice that when you speak to people that have achieved full enlightenment, that they state that their body is in a constant state of bliss. Now, when we open this sense, this inner body sense, and we feel this bliss, And we can start holding it in our bodies. It's like when your eyes were closed and you first open them the first time after, say for instance, you've done a darkness retreat and you suddenly open your eye and all this light streams in and the eye just goes, it's like, you have to blink and it's like almost too much. That happens when the Kundalini awakening starts, when this inner body opens up to feel this inner light flow, awareness flow. It's like, at first it's like a so we want to get the body accustomed to carry this openness in it and to carry this openness into our lives, into our walking, talking daily life. And then what happens is we continue the Kundalini awakening process. So Kundalini awakening is when that first moment of perception started opening, the light starts flooding in, and there's this, now we want to keep practicing to normalize this openness for ourselves and start practicing how we can walk and talk and live and go about our business with this gentle, soft, open awareness in the body. And it's a process. It's a process. The fully awakened ones are walking around in an absolute state of peace and bliss, as though this inner light and awareness and pure, constant openness, awareness, is being reflected out into their world. Out into their world. So when we start having a Kundalini awakening, we start practicing to tune into this inner vibration, which is another sense that opens. And then we start walking the awakening process, where from out of our own inner vibration, our experience of the world and circumstances change. We have a perception shift, an awareness shift, a consciousness shift, an awakening to another dimension of existence. And we access that through the body. Now, a few things that I will mention now that I have noticed is, first of all, that I gallop in and out of states of being more aligned to this and less aligned to it. So it's not like once you've stepped over, you're there. It's like you open that or close it, or open it or close it. It's like we start practicing to do that. And the more we do it, I find that the more I do it, first thing that I notice is that nature is heavenly beautiful. Being in nature is an experience of witnessing the face of God. Nothing changes really. It's exactly as it is, but one's own perception just sees everything as incredibly beautiful and bright and glorious and miraculous. Other things that happen is synchronicities happen, not through force, not through wanting, not through desire, not through craving, but by just embodying this vibration of bliss. I want to say bliss. It feels really good and it's very physical. And it's like the more I tap into this inner bliss, the more blissful I perceive everything around me. And then I tap dance back and forth. And I also notice beautiful synchronicities just coming across my path. Whenever I'm tuned in, opening this inner sense, more peace, more presence emits from me. So this is why I say the Kundalini awakening is an awakening process. I did have a moment where I tuned in continuously to my Kundalini inner vibration during the Vipassana meditation. I did it for 10 days, but by day 8, my body was so tuned into opening to this inner vibration that I had a massive, massive, massive spiritual breakthrough right there and then. But the thing is, it's a physical thing. It's a physical tuning to an inner vibration. And the more we train our bodies to bring our awareness into this inner vibration on such a simple level, it's not like you have to study a lot. It's not like you can't eat certain foods. It's not like you need to do certain things or pray so much or anything. It's just so physical and simple, so childlike, tuning into this inner vibration, and then things start flipping. I also need to say that there is a time delay. So you might find that you now go about your day, and as often as you can remember, you tune into your Kundalini vibe inside your body. As simple as that, with zero expectations, and then nothing happens. So we are experiencing a time delay within our lives, within this denseness, where there is a time delay. So I want to urge you to tune in continuously. I find 3 days, it starts getting better and better and better. So give it time. Trust the process. Trust that you are physically opening up your body to start perceiving a new vibration of information. Like we had the vibration of sight, sound, taste, sensation, smell, all vibrations. Now you're starting to tune into a new vibration and awareness, a consciousness. And we're opening up the sensation in the inner body. And one last clue that I can give to those who want a Kundalini awakening, it doesn't have to be so drastic, preferably not so drastic. And simply what you can do is you can keep asking yourself this one question. How much can I feel? How much can I feel deep inside my body? Like imagine feeling your spine, feeling it all the way to the top and to the bottom. Okay, I can feel it. No, that's not enough. Keep asking yourself, how much can I feel? How much can I feel? Can I intensify my connection with this inner vibration inside my body? And when we get to a certain level of intense connection inside, we have that shock. But during our walking daily, talking daily life, tune in as much as you can tolerably do without having the shakes. And then you will start reaping the benefits. But remember, give it about 3 days or more of constant tuning in or tuning in as often as you can, and you will start experiencing the blessings. I have to unfortunately also say that the things that are not aligned to your highest good will drop away, which can be a bit shocking because your life might change. But just trust that whenever you have been tuning in all the time and then something happens, You lose a job, lose a partner, whatever, lose a home. Just trust that it is because of your inner alignment and that you are being aligned to your highest good, and just trust the process and you will see how it unfolds. Just keep connecting to this inner vibration. It is vibing you into your highest good. I want to also urge you to ask me questions. I love you.